What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your $1,400 third stimulus check update and $3,000 to $3,600 child income tax credit update. As yes, there's multiple different buckets of money in this third stimulus check package, on which has now been officially signed into law. President Joe Biden officially signed it into law today. It's passed the House of Representatives. What was that? Yesterday? Was that yesterday? My, how time flies. It's just the days just kind of blur in together. But the good news is that we've now passed not one, not two, but three stimulus checks. And honestly, this will not be the last one yet to date, even though the naysayers say that we would never even have got a second one. Well, we got the second one. Naysayers said we wouldn't get a third stimulus check. We got the third one. And this is the biggest one yet to date. $1,400 for adults, $1,400 for children and adult dependents this time around who didn't even get the third stimulus check. The $1,400 for children is more than double than children have got before. In addition to that, the $3,000 to $3,600 child income tax credit that will actually be paid in monthly increments of $250 to $300 per month per child, as well as an income tax credit for just regular old adults who might not even have children. They're expanding that and increasing the amounts. So a lot of adults are actually going to get the earned income tax credit. Likely could be an extra $1,000 or $2,000 in your pocket also from this third stimulus check package. There's all sorts of different things in here. There's mortgage assistance, rental assistance, property tax assistance, utility assistance, and there's two different rounds of this. Number one is the direct money. There's about 35 to 40 billion dollars when you add in all the different provisions that's going to go directly to you guys. It's going to go to all 50 states, and then it's going to be sent out through the mortgage assistance and property tax assistance programs that they're going to be setting up here within the next few days, as well as the $350 billion that is going out to states and cities, all states, all counties, including territories and tribal governments, which will lead us to see more programs like the 7 states and cities that recently, just a couple months ago, passed more stimulus packages on the state and local county level, as well as California and Maryland, who also just passed their own stimulus checks and packages. $600 for low-income Californians and $300 to $500 for Maryland, as well as additional money for small businesses that qualify through these state and local county programs. Because there's going to be a new round of money, $350 billion going to states and counties, we're going to see more of these programs come out in the future, such as Orange County, Florida, who actually sent 3 different rounds of $1,000 stimulus checks for residents who qualified for the program through Orange County, California. We're going to be seeing more of these coming out in the future as well. States and cities are going to be getting $350 billion of new money. And the new provision that they put in this bill says that first of all, they're only going to get up to half the money first, okay? And they have to prove how they're spending the money. Congress is making them spend more of the money on their residents and programs to help out the people this time around, and then they will be able to get the second round of money. They can get all of the money up front if they are in a high unemployment state. So some states will be able to get all the money up front, but they're going to have to prove to the federal government how they're spending the money this time around. And there's provisions in there that says more money needs to go to programs that I just showed you on the screen, such as stimulus checks on the state and county-wide level, as well as more programs like mortgage assistance, rental assistance, property tax assistance, and utility assistance on the state and local county level as well. If you got any of those any of that money in the past for mortgage assistance or rental assistance, for example, you might be able to get another round of it. And they will also be expanding that to more people so that more people will be able to qualify for this as well. There's 2 different rounds of that money coming. One is the $35 billion that's going directly to you guys for mortgage assistance, property tax assistance, utility assistance, and rental assistance. That's kind of round number 3, we're going to call that. Round number 4 is going to be the money from the $350 billion going to states and cities that will then come back around to you, and a portion of that they will spend on directly on you guys on these programs. The other money they'll do like for their roads and their cities and paying people that work at the county level or the city level and things like that, employees that work on, in your own city to pay them. But they're going to have to spend more of the money this time around. The reason I call that round number 4 is because the mortgage and rental assistance that's directly in the package to you guys will be coming out faster. The states and cities will then kind of after that, probably a few weeks after that, will be then bringing up and launching their own programs for all this different assistance for you guys. Like I've said, there's multiple different buckets of money in this third stimulus check package. The fourth package coming after this will probably be no different. It'll probably be very similar to other packages that have been passed in the past. The focus on it will be infrastructure and job creation and stuff like that, but we will likely see all these different things in there as well. The good news for future stimulus checks is twofold. Number one, we already have dozens of senators and congressmen in the U.S. House of Representatives calling for continued financial relief until the pandemic is over and already starting that we need more stimulus checks and more stimulus relief in the next package that has already been announced called the Build Back Better package, again, focusing on infrastructure, but we'll likely have multiple different stimulus provisions in there, such as stimulus checks, mortgage and rental assistance, and possibly even another unemployment extension update. Honestly, it'll probably be all multiple different things in this package. All these different Democrats are urging Biden to include monthly reoccurring stimulus checks in the Build Back Better plan, which is the next stimulus package. So good thing is that one, they've already been working on this plan in the background so they can get it done faster. Number two, we already have dozens of lawmakers in both the House and the Senate already preaching and already pushing for multiple stimulus checks or monthly stimulus checks in the next package. I think probably worst case scenario is best case scenario is we get the monthly stimulus checks. They're also kind of tying this or looking to tie this to automatic triggers, they call this. So if unemployment remains above a certain level, or if the economy growth remains below a certain level, there's several different indicators they can do this, that if the economy remains below those levels, that they will send out stimulus checks until the pandemic is over, or go for monthly stimulus checks included in this package. That's kind of the best case scenario. Unemployment boost money of $300 per week or possibly higher will likely be included if they are able to get automatic triggers in the next package. That's the best case scenario, would be multiple stimulus checks or monthly stimulus check. Worst case scenario is they go, well, that's too much, and they have to negotiate it down to get just another single check in there, a fourth stimulus check. So I think that's kind of worst case scenario, as we'll see another stimulus check in there. An aide too close to President Biden has said that Biden does not want to send out less stimulus checks than his predecessor, former President Donald Trump, who sent out 2 stimulus checks. Biden does not want to send out any less than 2 stimulus checks because, well, that's what President Trump was able to do. So I think it's expected that we will see at least one more stimulus check, as Biden does not want to be seen as giving less to the people than former President Donald Trump did. Best case scenario, we have multiple stimulus checks coming out in the future. Worst case scenario, we see at least one more stimulus check, a fourth stimulus check in the near future, likely in the Build Back Better package, the infrastructure package. My guess is if they move very quickly on this package, that we might not see it included initially, but the outcry from Democrats will have it included. That's very similar to how the second stimulus check was. If you remember, if we go back to December, when they actually got very close to passing the second stimulus check, they actually had no stimulus check, the second stimulus check package, I should say. There was actually no stimulus check included in there at that point, and the outcry from both congressmen and the people was so overwhelming that they couldn't ignore it. And they took the money away from states and cities. It was like $160 billion. And they gave it to you guys as the second stimulus check. That was the $600 one. That $600 stimulus check originally started off as zero. Okay. And the outcry from the people and from the congressmen, if you remember back, Republican Senator Josh Hawley and Bernie Sanders, Democratic senator slash independent, were the two leading the charge to even include a stimulus check. And we had Senator Ron Johnson, Republican senator, stand up and say, I object to the $1,200 stimulus checks, and we didn't get them. But we did get $600 because the outcry and the push for it basically led us to take the money away from states and cities and give it to you guys in the form of a $600 stimulus check. Then at the time, President Donald Trump said, these $600 stimulus checks are not enough. They should be $2,000. President Donald Trump at the time wasn't going to sign the stimulus check. There was actually the second stimulus check package because the checks were only $600. Several days went by, and then everybody urged him to just sign it, get the deal done. Then they proceeded with the Cash Act, which was $1,400 stimulus checks. And it was a standalone bill for that. And Republican Senator Josh Hawley and Bernie Sanders led the charge on that as well. It passed the House with Republican support, went to the Senate, and well, we know what happened. Republican Senator Mitch McConnell sent it to his graveyard and sent it to die, and we never got that $1,400. However, that kind of led the way to creating the $1,400 in the third stimulus check package because that move likely cost Republican Senator Mitch McConnell the not only the Senate majority lead, but the Republican senators lost the Senate in its entirety, and the Democrats took control of the Senate and then later on in the presidency. Then the Democrats passed this third stimulus check package completely on their own without any Republican support, likely because Republicans are probably just rebelling against the fact that I don't know. Did that they lost the House, the Senate, and the presidency, or they don't want to show any support for President Biden at first. We actually seen the same thing happen when Joe Biden was not sorry, Joe Biden, when President Obama came in and Obama was there the first several kind of months. The Republicans did the same thing to President Obama. They didn't want to vote anything. No Republicans voted for any bills that Obama did, and they kind of passed some bills on their own as they're doing now. So history is kind of repeating itself now. The good thing is that they can pass up to 9 different bills through the budget reconciliation process within the next few years. And honestly, I expect the same thing will happen if we don't get any Republicans on board for infrastructure, which infrastructure has been largely known as a Republican thing. So if Republicans don't vote for infrastructure, which is the next bill, and there will be stimulus in there, then really they're just kind of being bullheaded and not wanting to show any support for the Democrats and Biden. But if they don't show any support, Senator Chuck Schumer said, we'll pass these bills with or without you, whether you like it or not. Now, they'll have a little bit of negotiating with Joe Manchin. He'll kind of be a thorn in their side, just like he was for this bill. But when the end of the day comes, they'll be able to get Joe Manchin on board, whether they have to throw in a few sweeteners with him or kind of reduce the package with a few different things. They'll end up getting the 50 or 51 votes they need in the Senate one way or another, just like they did with this third stimulus check package. So I honestly expect that we'll see a lot of kind of negotiating at first, and we'll see Joe Manchin. Joe Manchin said in a previous interview that he would want 30 days to negotiate with the Republicans. And then if they can't come to a deal or if the Republicans are unwilling to compromise, that he would be willing to go the budget reconciliation route and pass it without them. So don't listen to the naysayers. The naysayers said we wouldn't get a second stimulus check. The naysayers said we wouldn't get a third stimulus check. And lo and behold, we got the second stimulus check. We got the third stimulus check now, and in fact, the third stimulus check is the largest yet to date at $1,400 and $1,400 for children, which is more than double they were previously at $500 to $600. And we got $1,400 stimulus checks for adult dependents and college students who didn't even receive the first and second stimulus check. And that's really just the beginning of the package. We have the earned income tax credit, which likely could mean an extra $1,000 or $2,000 for many low and middle income Americans. We also have the child income tax credit that is going to be $3,000 to $3,600 for children, again, going to the parents of the children. That's in addition to the $1,400. So really children are getting between $4,400 and $5,000 in this third stimulus check package. And that's just the first couple of things. We also have the mortgage assistance, the rental assistance, the property tax assistance, the utility assistance. We have the new expanded healthcare tax credits, which is going to make a lot of people get healthcare completely for free through healthcare.gov. And a lot of people that pay for healthcare right now are going to end up paying less through healthcare.gov based on the new changes through the third stimulus check package for the healthcare rules. I'll be updating you guys on that as well as we get more information and guidance on that, as well as we have the $10,200 tax credit for unemployed people that is actually retroactive back to 2020. If you had any unemployment money from 2020, whether it's from your state or the federal boost money, you are actually able to receive $10,200 of that income be tax free. So this will also likely lead to an extra $1,000 or $2,000 in your bank account if you got any unemployment money from 2020, depending on your tax rate. So I will be giving you more information on that as well. There's going to be a lot of information coming out about if you filed your taxes already, what do you do to go back and claim that unemployment money that's retroactive from 2020. Also, I expect in the near future, in one of the upcoming packages, a possible $10,000 of unemployment tax credit for 2021 as well. We'll probably see that in one of the upcoming packages, as well as we're going to see a lot of information coming out about the $10,000 or more student loan forgiveness that President Biden said he's for, the $200 per month Social Security increase that Biden campaigned on, as well as 20% more Social Security benefits for people that have been on Social Security for it's 20% more for widows and widowers, and 5% more for Social Security beneficiaries that have been on Social Security for over 20 years, along with a new cost of living index, which will increase your benefits every year. President Biden has talked about that multiple times. He campaigned on that, and I expect that, along with the student loan forgiveness and the $15,000 home buyer credit, to be a hot topic coming up in the near future after the dust settles on this third stimulus check package. We could see those through standalone bills. We could see those through presidential executive orders. We could see those through the next stimulus package. There's a lot more on the horizon. President Biden's only been in office for less than 2 months. So honestly, this is far, far, far from the only stimulus package that we will see under President Biden. I will keep you up to date on all these different things. So make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't yet. It's completely free to do so. After subscribing, click the bell icon to all notifications so you get notifications when we go live, which is every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And share this video with your family and friends so that they know about all these different stimulus check programs and how to apply for them in the future when they become available. There's a share button down below also. You can click this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video teaches you how to start your own business selling products on Amazon FBA. I have dozens of students that have replaced their 9-to-5 income selling products on Amazon, and I teach them how to do that. And me and my wife sell products on Amazon as well. Click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.